Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Murderhouse for the PS4. Murderhouse is a slasher-inspired horror game developed by Puppet Combo and Vague Scenario. The game takes place in the 1980s and it follows a TV crew as they visit the house of a serial killer. The house belongs to the Easter Ripper, an infamous serial killer famed for wearing an Easter bunny costume. So what is the game like to play? Well, in terms of controls, it's a retro type of experience. Characters have a slow, wooden movement style. The camera angles are deliberately difficult to keep a degree of mystery as to what's around the corner as well. So think of it like the first Resident Evil, but I would say the game is a bit buggy, and not intentionally. On my first gameplay session, I entered the house and was left wandering around the basement for an hour, as I couldn't figure out how to get upstairs. It was only after restarting the game that I realised they had glitched it out, the X button wasn't working, so I couldn't interact with the things I needed to. That was quite an annoyance. But thankfully, on my second attempt it worked just fine, but that's something to bear in mind. It's a little bit, temperamental. Murderhouse sees you for the most part exploring the environment, looking for points of interest to interact with. Items can be collected, doors can be used, and puzzles can be solved. It's not exactly complex or riveting stuff, but the overbearing sense of tension and horror makes these prolonged sections pass seamlessly. But the calm will not last because there is a killer on the loose. It's these short, horrific moments that make Murderhouse what it is. That long, quiet prelude to loud, violent and shocking scenes that will get the blood pumping. Thankfully, there are safe rooms available if you've got a spare pencil to record your progress. The main cast members, they're badly acted on purpose, giving it that low-budget horror vibe, as you all attempt to escape the house.
There's something going on here. The van has been wrecked and the gate is locked.
Where's Tom?
I don't know. I can't find him either.
Must be the goddamn real estate agent.
It's the classic Hollywood horror formula. A bunch of regular folks visit an abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. Then a serial killer enters the story and all hell breaks loose. I would say the devs really got the horror vibe spot on. The sound work, the setting, the grainy visuals, the shocking moments, it made me feel like I was watching one of those horror movies from back in the day. You know the drill, 4 idiots, 1 serial killer, lots of blood, and lots of bad screaming and terrible acting. Go. Fans of the original Resident Evil I think will really appreciate the style of the game, but also people who grew up in the 80s and can remember renting VHS tapes of video nasties. It also has a bit of a hint of the Outlast series about it as you play hide and seek from the serial killer, or start sweating as you're running through the awkward camera angles and dark corridors of the house. Visually, Murderhouse is dark and gritty in terms of the experience, with old school graphics and classic haunted house vibes. There are different visual effects available in the menu too, from scan lines, rental VHS distortion, and many others to suit your preference. I really liked the visuals, it just had a really nice, thick feel of atmosphere to it. In terms of sound, the music is excellent and it has that 80s horror vibe. Maybe I would say they did go a bit too far with the poor quality audio on the voice acting, because it does kind of almost blow your eardrums out after a while and can be quite grating. I don't mind a bit of purposely bad audio, but I think they went a little bit too far on this one. A bit heavy-handed. Okay, what's good, what's bad? The good points. The game perfectly captures that old school horror atmosphere. The visual style is perfect for the VHS retro indie genre. It's a genuinely tense experience and it has a wonderful and wicked sense of humour. Bad points, the controls are awkward, the voice acting has some levelling issues, intentionally of course, but perhaps a bit too harsh for your ears, and it's all a bit over too quickly if you know what I mean. Okay, what's the verdict? Murderhouse is a wonderful throwback to an era of the VHS video nasty. It's dark, gritty and terribly acted, but also a fantastic experience, albeit one that could have done with a little bit of fine tuning in some areas. The puzzles may be basic and the premise too, but it's the shocking violence, the tense chases and the campness of it all that makes Murderhouse a unique and quality indie horror gem. When I was growing up, I worked in a video rental store and this game brought back some fond memories of those times for me, watching low budget horror films that were so bad they were good. That's Murderhouse. Murderhouse is like a combination of Resident Evil, Outlast, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, the original, Manhunt, and a terrible 80s movie. Like I said, it's over quite quickly, but it is a memorable experience. I did enjoy it once I got the hang of it and once I got over the fact that it bugged out at the beginning. It's not for everyone, but if you like horror, if you're from the 80s era, you did the VHS video nasty stuff and you like a bit of retro stuff, absolutely give this one a go. If not, maybe leave this one alone. So my score for Murderhouse is 7.8 out of 10. Okay, that's the review. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, become a patron. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Thank you.